God bless you. This is ABRSM, voice of a trumpet, declaring the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ. Today I want to talk to you about what the Lord is saying through the tsunami warning for Hawaii. You know, the tsunami waves reach the coast of Hawaii, and I want you guys to think spiritual, even though this is something that's happening natural. The Bible said in Proverbs 8:29 that I was there when he set the limits of the seas so they would not spread beyond their boundaries, and when he marked off the earth's foundation. I'm also going to release some prophetic words that we need to make into prayer point that the Lord was sharing with me. Now, when you think about the ocean and the sea, the ocean and the sea is like a guard around all the continents. So the entire landmass is surrounded by oceans and seas, right? Now, whenever the ocean or the sea, whenever water crosses the boundary of the sand, then God is saying something. God sets a boundary for the water not to cross. Whenever the water crosses that boundary, it has to cross upon God allowing the boundary, literally allowing the water to cross the boundary, because the water must not cross his boundary, because God set that boundary for it not to cross. When in the Bible we seen the water cross the boundaries? In the days of Noah, when God was judging the earth in the days of Noah, and he said he would judge with water again. But I want you guys to think that whenever you see water pushing across his boundary, God is speaking, because water is not made to cross that boundary. In the days of Noah, the water crossed the boundary. It covered the entire land, and very few was saved. So God is even pointing to the days of Noah. Now, an earthquake happened off the quarter of the coast of Russia, right, or the shores of Russia, whatever, and the impact, it impacted an American boundary. God is also speaking about trouble with America and Russia, and that's something we have to pray about. No, the Spirit of the Lord was speaking to me, and I hope you guys are paying attention to what's happening in the news. You know, many of the world leaders or many countries are ready to recognize Palestine as a state. And we need to pray for the Palestinians, but I'm talking prophetically. So for people who come and debate Israel and Palestine, I'm not talking about that. I'm trying to speak to your youth prophetically to see what's happening. We have to pray over the month of September, because I think this is when they want to really declare Palestine a state, or they're pushing for it. And we really have to pray, because there's prophecies, more than 14 prophecies that said that whenever the Palestinians receive a state, whenever the world decides to divide Israel, then the new Madrid Fault, the new Madrid Fault, I don't know how long it stretches for, but this long fault line earthquake, where a huge earthquake, many have prophesied that a huge earthquake is going to hit and shake America. And I want you guys to really pay attention, and I want you guys to pray, because this tsunami warning for Hawaii, the boundary passing the sea pushing past its bounds, is a warning of judgment coming. God will not flood the earth with water again, but it didn't say he wouldn't use it to send warnings, and that's what God is doing now. We have to pray for these nations that God showed me. We have to pray for Canada. I felt the ground under my feet shaking in Canada, from the mountain of Canada to the heart of Canada. And here the Lord said the Lord said that the grounds of Canada is shaking. He said, I'm testing her foundation, for she has strayed away from the rock on her house. She has built an house without my word. And so God said he's testing Canada in this season, and the foundations of Canada will be shaken. I literally felt under my feet shaking, like an earthquake was about to happen in Canada, and the grounds were shaking. And the Lord was speaking to me about Great Britain. I saw Britain without a crown and without a commander, and the Lord was speaking to me that pray for Great Britain, because their terror attacks, the terrorists want to terrorize Britain in this hour. And Lord said, and thus said the Lord, Great Britain has lost her place. The lion that once roared has become a prowling cat. He that once took charge will soon be forgotten. We need to pray for Great Britain, because something is coming to Britain that's going to trouble Britain. We need to pray for Great Britain. And the Lord said, to pray for Italy. I saw dark clouds covering Italy. I saw a dark cloud covering Italy, and the Lord said to Italy, your emperors were strong, but not by my strength. That which you are hiding shall now be made exposed, and all the world shall see who you truly are and what you are hiding. I have to pray for Italy. Cover Italy in prayer. Pray for New Hampshire. I don't know. I saw something breaking out in New Hampshire, and it was all over the news. But I wasn't made privy to see exactly what it is. So pray for New Hampshire. You know, and finally, we need to pray for America. Freedom of speech, religion, and the ability to assemble is going to come under threat in the coming days in America. Christians in America, pray. For I see a time coming where they will say Christianity is oppressing America, and they will try to limit the freedom of Christians in America, something that people would never imagine would happen. And the Lord said to America, hold the fort, else you will be left holding your empty hand to stand watch as your streets burn with fire. We have to pray for these nations. This is what the Lord was saying to me this morning as I was getting myself together to leave out the house. And God said, finally, pray for France. For the Lord said, I have not forgotten about your mockery, France. Pray for these nations. The Lord is speaking. I'm telling you guys that God is speaking expressly. And we have to pray. Pray for the month of September. You know, I feel a lot of things surrounding September, coming September. You know, and I'm just a bit troubled in my spirit with that month. But pray. Pray. God bless you. Shalom.